Okay, that is gonna be this one. Test, test, test. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah, that means we should be officially live now. Yes. So if the people who are watching us right now on YouTube should, can write a quick message into the chat that they can actually hear us, that would be great. So we know that it is running. The delay is so spooky.
The delay is really not that bad.
Yeah. And considering that I'm actually streaming it. Ah, perfect. They can hear us. Wonderful.
Nice.
Great. All right. That means, we're going to do some more prep work, and we're going to officially start cooking in about 15 minutes with preparation and cutting everything. So,
Meantime, you're just going
stay
to
tuned.
quickly chat with each other.
Yes. Oh, actually, no. Damn. Can I do that? I'm thinking about whether I can. I'm just going to grab my box from my room, and then we can have music running.
Hey, nice.
And I'm also going to grab.
So it doesn't sound as awkward.
Yeah.
No, I'm just going to stand around here awkwardly.
Alright. Also got plates and my good knife.
Good night.
Yeah, okay, I also need to adjust the angle so people can see the table. I don't know, might have been. I know that's good. Yeah, that's. Hi. Alright, okay, I'm actually just gonna connect my phone. That way if people are joining on Discord, that's not gonna be too weird. Okay, I've only got myself muted, yes. And we're also both wearing blue shorts and a white shirt. And we didn't even discuss that.
We did not communicate this.
Yeah, for the record. Alright, what kind of music are we going to listen to? Metal?
Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, okay, I just assume that it doesn't float the boat of a lot of other people, so let's go with, do we even have like a good English music mix? Yes. Yeah, I've got one that should be working. At least I hope so. Yeah, okay, there's like a little bit of German shit in there, but
I still need to be able to hear stuff.
yeah.
Can they hear stuff?
Okay, yeah, they can.
Okay, nice.
Okay, people on the stream, please tell us if the music is too loud or not. That would be great. At least, let's say if you can still hear us talking while it's running in the background. Oh, look, that is perfectly synced, like 1 beat behind.
Okay. That's fine.
That's nice. It's perfect, like it's exactly like 1 beat behind. Alright, yeah.
Okay, right.
Okay, I actually need to pull up the recipes on the computer because I didn't think this through. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, I could have done that like 5 minutes ago. I'm stupid. I would have to take people like, okay, yeah. I'm actually gonna have people, I'm gonna give people a tour of the place I'm living in because I have to get back to my room to print shit. Hey. Right, this is gonna be fun. Room tour vlog from the laptop. Yeah, I sadly can't really change that, Sven, because yeah, I've only got my laptop mic, so that's like the only source of audio we'll be working with. Right. print in black and white. Yes, that. Print this. Yeah, printing time. It's at least if my printer would be willing to work. Let's try this again. Ah, there we go. I think yes. Oh shit, okay, it doesn't work. Try to show live stream the printing, but that doesn't work because of cables. All right, number one. Yes, live printing is too advanced. I would have needed to plan that a little better. But live cooking is still going to work fine though. Hopefully, if the Wi-Fi doesn't cut out. Okay, we're having printer problems. Well, at least it's not cooking problems, I guess. Let's try this again. Hope that it works this time. Please don't have an error again. We want that recipe. My printer is having an error and it doesn't want to do shit. So, yeah, well. Yeah, then we're just gonna MacGyver the other recipe. Well, actually, since I'm here, I can at least load it onto my phone, which is better than no, because my phone's we'll wing it. And back to the kitchen we go. Oh, no, I think I still have a key from like, I don't know, 2 days ago or something. Yeah, I only got one though because my printer was acting out and throwing an error.
Imagine actually having
And turning it off and on again didn't work, so big sad. You know, standard error doesn't work. Now everything left is just to throw it away.
Yeah. How to fix the error? Turn off and on again. If that doesn't fix it,
yeah.
Yeah, this is feeling better almost. I can throw the other recipe on my phone.
Yeah, that's great. That's actually also what we're going to be starting with.
Yeah.
So Yes, Sis actually had that good idea to do that, Sven. So
What?
he said, or open it on your phone.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right.
Sometimes I have to.
Yeah. Okay. Then, since I think everyone is watching now, who
wants to be watching.
participating, yes, everyone who wants to be watching is watching. So yeah, since it's like pretty much 1:45, I think we're gonna start. So we are actually kind of Anka mentioned we're gonna be starting with the peanut butter oat bars because they have to sit for some time. So we're gonna do those, and then they can cool down and settle while we are preparing the main dish. And I see that if I'm standing here, I'm not visible with my face. So yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna come from the back to assist and hope that you can see yours. Yeah, so right now all of you will need the oats, the peanut butter, coconut oil, and the chocolate. You're hopefully involved. So yes, and the coconut oil. Yeah, so I guess all of you also got the recipes next to you. Jesse, can you get me a spoon from that drawer over there? Yes. All right.
What size?
Like a big one, I think. Oh, no, actually a small one because we need tablespoons. Yep. Okay, so. And I will actually need a second one, sorry.
Also a tablespoon.
Yes, I didn't really think this through entirely.
So for the peanut, this is the only regular size tablespoon.
Yeah, that's fine.
Spoon is a spoon.
Alright. So, and I will need a bowl, obviously. So, do you need a bowl? I do need a bowl.
Need a bowl or a glass.
Yeah. So, okay, this should be good enough. Actually, let's take a look at this slightly bigger. Alright, and we're supposed to grease it up with butter or oil. We're gonna use the coconut oil because we got enough. Yeah. Oh, yeah, already open it, perfect. Alright. Okay, I don't think. Is that gonna work for greasing? That is gonna work for greasing.
Is that oily for coconut oil?
It is actually, that is how coconut oil is. So yeah, so I'm just taking the spoonful of coconut oil and just rubbing it all over the
inside of the bowl?
Yeah, on the inside of the bowl to lube it up more or less as good as possible. Actually, the plastic spoon is handy for that. I can really. I mean, you shouldn't be doing that, but it works. Maybe hold on like this way so people can actually see what I'm doing. Yeah, that's that's a really weird angle to show it off. Oh well. Yeah. Okay, now the stream delay is there. Okay, anyway, so now we've got the bowl, set it aside, and then why should we set it aside if we directly use it again? It doesn't make any sense. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
mix
so,
peanut butter and coconut oil in the dishes.
Yeah, so keep in mind, Sis and I am going to be using twice the amount of the recipe because, well, we're 2 people. So keep in mind that you should only always add half as much as we do. So in your case, it's 1 tablespoon of coconut oil.
Oh, wait, it's already out.
Yes, I got it to work.
Out.
It's out enough. Cool.
Hey, it just made my cup.
And then at least regularly 2 spoons of peanut butter. We're actually using pure peanuts because I realized that I made a tiny mistake in the supermarket while shopping, but still gonna work.
It'll probably work.
Yeah, it's just a little bit more fat that way, but that doesn't matter. So 2,
a bit more oily.
3, and a bit more. All right, guess that should be good for us. Worst case, we can do a little more later on.
That should be.
Yeah. Now
put that in the.
Put that in the microwave. I would suggest around 20 seconds should probably be enough because we don't have a lot. So at least if you can time your microwave that fancy. Because I for sure can't on this one. We actually got another one over there that's like where you can make like 10 seconds. Yeah, but it's like it's so complicated that you literally need a manual to use that one properly. Like
right. Microwave in my place doesn't even open.
Meanwhile, you can already weigh out the oats. We will
it's like 50 grams, also 100 grams of seasoning.
Yes. Because we're so special. Just gonna use one of the plates. Okay. Here. And it is in grams. So I'm gonna say so. You can just pop. Okay. Yeah, you can go the.
Okay, no, we need a lot of those.
Yeah. That's 60.
Yeah. Yeah, well, 100 grams is a lot of those. I just learned that just now.
100 grams is 100 grams. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Sis, oh my god, now it's 103. Now the whole recipe is already ruined.
Sorry.
How could you?
I should have warned you about how incapable I am of being.
I can see, yeah. Okay, we're actually going to need this. So as for the chocolate, we are using 72% chocolate. And this is obviously up to you what you want to use. But darker chocolate will actually work a little better when melted, at least in my experience.
I'm just going to check on this.
Yeah. Shit, that has been going on for quite a while.
Yeah, it's just better than that. That's it.
Yeah, I guess you can put it in for like a little longer.
Yeah,
like not too much. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, I guess you can just take it out, it's fine.
I guess you can find on this thing.
Yeah, okay, so we're using about 2/3. Yes, I'm gonna get this model in for the chocolate. So I'm gonna prepare the chocolate. Meanwhile, you can add the oats there and mix it.
What can I use to serve it? Like, what should I use to serve it?
To what? Serve it?
To stir it.
You can get yourself a fork. And you can also do it with your fingers if that's what you feel like. But
peanut butter with my fingers. I'm gonna pass on that one.
Yeah, figured. I mean, it's an option, so I just wanted to put it out there.
Just mix together that peanut butter and the oats.
Yeah, I think we might even need a little more fat in our case. Yeah. But it has to be like really.
Yeah, it has to be really greasy.
Yeah, it has to be really sticky.
But it has to go back in the microwave, so we can add a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you like 1 heaping spoon. Maybe a little more, I guess, or.
I'm gonna start with a little bit more coconut.
Yeah.
Maybe the peppers.
Just a little bit of both.
We should have made the recipe before we did the workshop.
What?
We should have made the recipe once before we did the workshop.
Yeah, but like, nah.
Just winging it is more fun.
Yeah. At least it's much more fun for our viewers. You're just dying of embarrassment. We'll try to figure this shit out.
I'm just gonna put it back in for a little while, just to
sure. Like you have to have a
that's just my cooking style in general. I always look like I have no fucking clue what I'm doing, but there is some system behind it. Usually.
Yeah. Alright, just for our viewers, I'm gonna be using. Okay, actually, you're finished, so I'll be putting the chocolate in the microwave now.
So, like, this should roughly be what it looks like. They're pretty, like, greasy.
Yeah, greasy and tricky.
Because we are going to make bars out of this.
Yes, we are by using one of these wonderful, relatively clean cooking trays. I'm going to put baking powder in there. Clean enough.
It's clean enough.
Okay, I'm going to get the scissors. So, also for our viewers at home, I would recommend grab yourself something moderately flat where you can spread the mixture out. And it's actually going to be easier to make one big chunk and then cut it into single bars after it's had settled down. Yeah. Also, in case you ever want to make this recipe a little bit more fancy, it is always an option to use I think it's called a double steamer, to melt the chocolate with it, which is to take a metal bowl and put the chocolate in there, and then bring water to a boil in a different pot so that the stream rises up constantly, and then you put the other bowl on top, and that way the whole bowl gets heated equally and also constantly, which means the chocolate can melt nice. Yeah. I mean, that's also like the proper way to do it if you like want to do it really well, but yeah. I mean, this is the easier variant.
It works.
Yeah, it definitely works.
It definitely does.
Right. I'm currently just lining out the tray we're using with a baking paper, so it will be easier to get the finished bars off the bottom once they're. Yeah, like as I said, we're gonna make one big chunk and then cut it once it has cooled down. All right. Turn up the music a little bit. Is that what's he? Yeah, it's actually. I would actually add still a little bit more peanut butter, but not put it in the microwave.
As it like peanut butter is relatively fast, so you don't.
Yeah.
It's almost molten.
Nice, and just a little bit butter. So essentially, the final consistency you want your oat mixture here to have is to be sticky enough that you don't have like all these single oats crumbling out. So you can make like one chunk out of it in the end. So, and I feel like we are good with that. So, huh? Yeah, just turn. It's sometimes like a little tricky. Just turn it a little further then if it doesn't want to go. Okay, wait. That is not going to go.
You try it.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, I think that one's done. So, luckily we have the wonderful workings on the second microwave. So,
what a luxury is it?
Yeah. The perks of living with 8 other people. Yeah. That's like half a minute magic.
Imagine having a roommate number not in double digits.
This close was made by the local game. Right. I'm going to give you a spatula so you can easily spread our wonderful mixture onto the I'm very cool, but I also do a lot of like baking and cooking on the side.
Yeah, so my sister's more than baking.
Yeah, and would say I'm equally into both. Like cooking is what you can do more regularly because you need to cook or like eat food every evening. But baking is more of a enjoyment.
I'm carefully pouring the mixture into what's the thing called?
The tray in this case, or
whatever you're using to spread it out there. It's relatively easy to spread it out. It doesn't matter if it's a bit bumpy right now. You can spread it out later.
Yeah, spread out later.
Which is exactly what I'm going to do.
Yeah, you essentially want it to be about the thickness of a standard muesli bar in the end, because that's pretty much what you're making. So
muesli bars.
Yeah, I would recommend you using the spatula because that's gonna make it a lot easier.
Yeah.
That's what more is
not. Yeah. As I said, my cooking style is very good.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this like 10 seconds, but then it's good.
Just try to get as much out of the bowl as possible.
And especially that's very helpful for that one.
Yeah.
Use whatever you can.
The spoon should actually work fine as well.
Huh?
Or not so much.
Yeah. Like spoons work well with bowls.
Then just gently spread it out.
And also make sure that it's still compact enough.
Yeah.
So it won't just like break apart in the end. I hope that that's not going to be happening to us, but we'll see. Well, you're serving, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. But actually, a small cooking tip. In this case, I would actually recommend more just like pushing it down, because that way you can still like press it in a certain direction, but you don't rip it apart that much. So.
Yeah, it's my first time making music, so we'll take some longer.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's also first time for me, but that's like, generally in baking when you just want to get something more in a certain direction instead of. Yeah, I would say
I don't bake a lot, so I don't have all that knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah, why aren't you your sister? Why isn't your sister here? That would be so much better.
Because you
that is very sad.
If I would have asked her, she would have known. She probably would have liked help.
Alright, and now we're going to take our molten chocolate, try to already pour it out more or less equally. Then I'm going to use the spatula to get the rest out of the bowl.
Together with like the residual paste on the spatula itself.
Essentially trying to calculate our linear model in such a way that our residuals are nearly null. Yeah, exit period. That's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, I'm stressing way too little about it.
Same though.
We'll come back to part.
Yeah, I mean, for now, I'm just stressing about all the assignments we have, so.
There's literally one deadline to do.
Yes.
One deadline at a time. So.
Yeah, that is, otherwise I couldn't cope. Yeah, so, and now we're using,
the spatula to,
depending on how molten your chocolate is, you can also just move your, whatever you're using to spread it, the tray, whatever. In my case, I'm using the spatula because it's going to be a little bit easier. Also, again, a spoon will work pretty well.
Yeah.
So.
If you don't have that luxury of a spatula.
Okay, I'm usually gonna try to cover pretty much everything with chocolate.
This is the entire top side. And one notice. Cover it. You can put it in the fridge.
Yeah. So for at least half an hour, since we're going to be cooking and then eating dinner first anyway, we're going to be definitely
doing it a little bit longer.
All right. Do you want to have the honor of licking off the chocolate? Thank you very much. That is the best thing.
This is the.
I think you can try it.
Like, it's not going to slide. This is the mixture we ended up with. Just the chocolate peanut butter oatmeal mixture. It's not too special.
And now we're putting it off in the fridge, which in my case is over here, so camera. I think Sven said something in the chat. He's very active.
That looks good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you for your approval, Sven.
Yeah. I agree. And then we just put aside things we no longer need. Clean environment.
Yeah. Alright. Continue. I think it's a good mixture, so.
Yeah, it was good. And then we are going to be prepping for the main course.
Very. Alright. And you can also give me the coconut oil.
Oh, yeah, we don't need that anymore.
No.
So all the coconut oil we have left.
Now I'm going to be putting it up the right in the next time.
Yeah. I mean, it's cooking supplies, you can always use it later.
Yeah. Alright. So for the main dish.
First of all, if you're using fresh ingredients like us, just start by cutting those. So onion and ginger in our case.
Yeah. I'm probably going to give you the job of ginger and onions, or well, actually garlic. So we're also using fresh garlic. We're going to be using 2 cloves because we're 2 people. I don't suppose you've got a girl?
What?
I suppose you're not don't have a girlfriend who you're visiting this evening? Okay, good. Because else I would have advised against garlic.
I heard that about
yes, garlic and onions.
I love garlic. In fact, I have actually fresh ginger before.
Oh,
I never use fresh ginger.
Fresh ginger is the best, especially like just essentially doing ginger tea by just putting like ginger slices into hot water, especially in winter. All right, in our case, I'm going to be using a garlic press to get our garlic to fine pieces. You will just have to cope by slicing it as thinly as possible.
Unless you have
Yeah, garlic presses are great, but they're a pain in the ass to clean. So
yeah, that's true. I have one as well.
oh,
Because
can you open it again? All right. Yes. We need that. And then, hey, one thing you can do already, meanwhile, is draining the chickpeas. So obviously, you people at home will have to do it one after the other. He's just gonna do something very unexciting, which is draining the chickpeas.
I'm a bit more excited.
Okay, and there's also. Sorry. And there's a seed in case it's pretty here.
It's not my first time.
Yeah. Alright. So I'm gonna be using a whole garlic because again we're two people. In your case, you might. I don't know. You actually can use half or whole garlic, considering that it is supposed to be two portions in the end. So that's more or less up to you. Yeah, it's gonna work. I'm just using the bowl in which we made the oatmeal mix for the skin of the onion. Interesting. I never had an onion that was this juicy. Yeah, right now it's pretty much uneventful.
Yeah, it's probably one of the most boring. Gonna be one of the more boring parts.
Yeah.
Up until we start just watching watching our backs when we're cooking.
Yeah. At least I'm sitting like more or less towards the camera.
Yeah.
So I can at least see if people decide to write something.
Yeah. They can't even admire my backside visual.
Yeah. Teamwork.
Yeah. Okay, the chickpeas are drained.
Nice. Alright. You can grab yourself another board. And I would recommend the one with the green handle because that's mine and I know that it is moderately sharp. It should be in the very right slot if it's clean.
One?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, here's also for people at home a trick to get onions diced quite easily without having to without it taking too long. So I'll try to get a little closer to the camera. Essentially, oh, this should be good. Yes, guess it works. So what you want to do is cut like slices in order, but be careful that you don't cut all the way through because that way the slices will stay together, which will easily allow you to chop like single pieces down without you having to completely like pressure the single slices together because they are already loose. But just speeds it up and then makes it a little bit easier. Oh, that's far too much definitely already. So you can cut off like about that much, yeah, and then just like thinly slice it. That's definitely enough. Also, technically, and that's also important. You don't have to peel ginger. You can do it, but it isn't 100% necessary because technically the peel is edible. So, okay, it's that way with a lot of vegetables. Also. Yeah, and now if you did like...
I was already in process of creating before you told me that. So.
Yeah, I didn't know, so it's fine. I didn't tell you. So, yeah, now if you did all the thin slices, you can see I can like... Okay, it doesn't work 100%, but you can like theoretically hold it at one end, and at least it sticks like more or less together, which now easily allows you to slice it down. Due to the rings in the onion, you will automatically have small enough pieces to work with. And once the onion gets like really thin, so I'm going to do one more slice, and then you can just put it on the side and just cut down further this way. Since you already did like a few slices, you're still going to have small pieces, but you don't have to keep like this teeny tiny thing in your fingers. Also, a sharp knife is really helpful here because it allows you to kind of glide through the onion instead of having to pressure your way through it, which makes it a lot harder to keep the pieces together.
Ginger smells good.
Yeah, ginger is great. Fresh ginger is just yummy. We should make a cup of ginger tea for dinner.
Oh, yeah, kind of.
We've got enough, so.
More than enough.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, this is like my chill playlist because it's the only playlist I have at the moment that doesn't have like a ton of German songs or is metal. So yeah, I just try to, as I said, like that's where all my chill music goes that I discover. So all right. Yeah, as I mentioned previously, I'm just going to use a garlic press, which is like, just going to wash that off, which is like kind of cheating, but.
I mean, it's convenient, so
yeah.
Why not give it a go?
And I'm paying for it when I'm cleaning it in the end, because having to clean a garlic press by hand without a dishwasher is horrible.
We should be able to do enough here.
Yes, that's definitely enough. And don't throw the peels away. We can actually use those for the tea later on. Should not let anything go to waste. So
remember, we're in apocalypse.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're like technically cheating by using fresh onions, but like, you could technically use powdered versions. So of all ginger, garlic, and onions.
The best part is canned.
Yeah. The important things are canned.
We're also cheating with the naan.
Yeah, but that's like. Yeah. Also, we have decided to use naan bread instead of rice as the essentially like side. So yeah. That might also differ for you.
Yeah.
That's actually important in case you are deciding to use rice. You probably want to put it on the stove about now, so you don't have to wait for it when you finish with the chicken curry. All right, please show me the recipe. Dear Watson. All right, so yeah, large bacon and tomatoes. All right, yeah. So you will need canned tomatoes. Then our curry paste, and well, the onions that we prepared.
And some salt and pepper if you want to.
Yeah, I'll get that in a minute. Also, this is where you would optionally use the maple syrup. I'm going to use a little bit of honey as sweetener because I didn't deem it useful to buy like a whole bottle of maple syrup for one dish. So,
Oh, Canadian?
dude, like a nail maple syrup, like that you actually have in Canada is the greatest shit.
I don't know.
Like, even though like the Canadian maple syrup you can get here in Europe is good, it's like nothing in comparison to.
I mean, it's Canada is known for. Of course,
What you can do is, sadly, my favorite pen apparently isn't clean at the moment. So I would suggest grab one of the woks. First this one. Yeah, I didn't see my pen right now. That's weird. Oh, it's over here. Yeah, we'll need that big one anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah, and we're just going to be using the coconut oil we have to grease up the pan. You can use whatever you want. I would recommend sunflower oil or well coconut oil, because those are the most neutral ones. But anything will work here. And yes. There we go. I can just that is definitely enough. Yeah. Oh, we don't have to be too. What is it? Yeah, I forgot the correct term, but like yes, that is more than enough coconut oil. So. Yeah. Also, always a nice thing to see if your oil is up to heat. So you never want your oil to actually start steaming because that means it is getting too hot. A good test you can always do is the first ingredient that goes into the pan. So in our case, the onions. Take 1 or 2 pieces, put it in the oil, and when you can see sizzling on the edges, then you know that it is hot enough. Also, in addition to that, you never want to heat up a pan on full heat, but rather on medium to low. Well, not low is necessary, but a medium heat, so you don't run into the risk of overheating the oil too quickly. Yeah, if you're using induction, that's not an issue at all, but like, no. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, some nice jazz. This playlist is always good for some jazz. Everyone just grab yourself a spatula. Yeah, and now we're looking for better words. Yeah, and now we are sauteing the onions. What's your password? Or you can also just. Alright, yes, now we are sauteing the onions until they start to turn translucent, or also a little golden. That depends upon your taste, what you want to do. But then afterwards we will need the garlic, the ginger, the canned tomatoes, honey or maple syrup in case you want to use it, and salt and pepper to taste. Yeah. I actually have to move back to my room for the how's it called, for the salt. And also the curry paste, important.
What goes next after the onions again?
Huh?
What goes next after the onions again?
Pretty much like everything standing on the corner.
Okay.
But I'll be right back. So.
Oh, sure. Welcome to what's probably going to be the next boring part of the stream.
Yeah, because from this point on, it's pretty much just cooking. Yeah, periodically just throwing more stuff into the pan until everything's in there. So.
It's not very exciting stuff, but
yeah,
and if you like it or not, it's fine.
You have to do it. And again, remember that we are using twice the amount of ingredients. So.
Actually, 2 cans now. Making the dish for yourself, or just eat 1.
Yeah, I think you can still go for a bit. I'm just going to turn the heat a little lower so it simmers more.
Some pieces are starting to go low.
Yeah, that's also important. You should keep moving the onions in the pan so they don't start burning while others are still raw.
That's why I said it in the past.
Yeah. I've just decided. So in our case, we're just going to use the whole one because the receipt calls for 1 to 2 tablespoons. Now, since we're 2 people, that's like 2 to 4, and that's just a good 4 tablespoons. So
yeah, that's just the entire garlic.
let's just get rid of it. Yeah. Yeah, it's still going to take a little bit for us, but we're good to go in like 1 to 2 minutes, and then it's starting to actually get interesting. Yeah.
Make the muesli bars already for next week. I've never done make muesli bars.
Yeah. Actually, we need that.
That was already pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna make a recipe, but hang on. Let's save it.
Yeah. I'm just purely already opening all the other cans we need later on. So.
I think we're about good to
go
and
I'll be right with you. All right. So now, next in order, at least I would personally recommend the spices first, so ginger and the garlic. So they get nicely mixed with the onions, so you don't have like big chunks of one of the how do you call it, like of the spices, like
really
small part. Yeah, and then tomatoes, garlic soup, what else? The curry paste.
We should not wear marble.
That's fine.
Whenever I'm cooking in white t-shirt, I usually
Yeah,
always get one.
Always happens. All right. Then the curry paste.
Right. But this is just in general. Whenever I'm eating something, like I can't pass a day within in a white t-shirt or sweater without getting it stained. It starts because white is like almost the only color.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah. So right now we've added the
all the ingredients except for the coconut milk and the
chickpeas. Yeah, those are coming later. We still have salt, pepper, and honey to go right now, but now you essentially just let it simmer for about 10 minutes.
And mix it together.
Don't really need that much because it's already kind of spicy.
Yeah.
Same with the salt. I mean, I like it spicy, but
so
nice. Spicy.
Whenever I'm cooking, it's like my parents are always like my mother and sisters are always like, that was way too spicy, and while me and my dad are sitting there wondering. This okay, so the honey, the last ingredient in this step.
Yes. Yeah. And now you essentially just wanna
keep it simmering, mix it together really well, so everything's evenly spread with it.
10 minutes. I'm gonna set the timer so we don't miss it.
And occasionally just stir it.
Yes, that is important. Don't never let food sit for more than 2 or 3 minutes because else you're gonna have stuff starting to burn. Also, since this is a stream, you will nicely also get my timer when it's so when my timer rings, then it is also time for you.
Just like 2 seconds, but
pretty convenient.
Yeah. We still have 4 people watching.
That's good. We didn't lose anyone in the meanwhile by being too boring.
Which is obviously a surprise.
Yeah. I mean, it isn't that big of a surprise.
Luckily, Arno is just like we just keep on talking.
Yeah. Babbling and babbling and babbling.
I mean, if it was just me, people would have quit like half an hour ago.
Yeah, I mean, but like that's always if you've got 2 people, you've just got conversation.
Yeah.
Okay, this will still take a while, but it is already burning up. So.
Just remember to keep an eye on the fan. It starts like bubbling. It's not that bad, but
yeah.
you Don't let it cook too hard.
That's also a good advantage right now. Sis can take care of the food while I'm already doing some cleaning.
Yeah.
So that's obviously something where you had a disadvantage. But
yeah.
teamwork. Yeah. But I would say, considering that this is online, I still think we got quite like a good solution for this whole thing.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, last year in the workshop is really not that bad.
Yeah.
Like that happens a lot.
Maybe still doing this.
Well, like the professional ones have good camera angles.
Yeah. Also, much higher quality cameras than my 720p inbuilt webcam, but
I mean, it's something. People can see us. That's important.
yeah.
When they hear us talk, it's even more important.
Yeah. But still, together seeing and hearing is very relevant. So. Now, oh yeah, also very important saying in the kitchen: a falling knife does not have a handle. Meaning, when a knife is falling down, don't catch it, just let it fall. Worst case, it breaks and you buy a new one. But if you try to catch it, worst case, you're gonna slice up your whole hand. So don't try to catch falling knives. Yeah. That's like the three biggest wisdoms in life. Stay in school, don't do drugs. A falling knife doesn't have a handle.
What is not like the other?
Huh?
What is not like the other?
Yeah, right. It's don't do drugs, right? That's like yeah. I see.
It's social acceptable one, right?
Yeah. I was gonna say we understand each other. Ooh, yes. I should turn up the heat a little bit. Yeah, so if your food is like slightly bubbling, then you're perfect.
Also, you're going to the coconut milk.
Yeah, we still got about 6 minutes left on the timer, so I'm just gonna do something in a new one.
Yeah. I mean, you should be busy as well, so
yeah. I hope you're all busy staring at your pans.
And not just watching us because it's fun.
Because we're so entertaining. We're such a good comedy duo. Hey. Yeah, I heard we're gonna win the next Bumper album together. We're gonna do a live cooking show.
Just with some lots of fans to make a fire there.
Yeah, cooking comedy. Whenever we use a new ingredient or use a new tool, we will have a pun. It's actually kind of hard to write a script for that. Like finding a pun for like any food you're using.
But like, I'm excited when we're just taking around to organize bowls.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess the data got probably hit the hardest.
Yeah, we got like the activities organized are literally social gatherings.
Yeah. I mean, VFC got like lucky because we only had one activity left anyway, and it's like more or less easy to organize online.
Pretty easy to organize. So, try to come up with some replacements. The first list was pretty simple.
Yeah, I sadly couldn't join. Very sad. Because if I could have, I would have like just brought my whole fencing club because they were like doing like weekly or bi-weekly pub quizzes at the moment, like online ones.
Yeah.
And they were pretty good at the last one. So I would have just told them like, hey, so the association's organizing one. If you just want to embarrass like all the other members, come by. Because you may not be wrong.
They were not ready for the types of questions we have.
Yeah, are you sure? Are you sure? Because they're the people are
There
good.
were really questions.
What kind of questions did you have?
Where did the man fall in Lego City, for instance?
What?
It was literally our opening question.
I probably have someone in my friends association who watched Lego City, so.
Yeah, but then also some history stuff, or who's the richest musician today?
Oh. Actually, I wouldn't know who is.
Some British composer.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like we had Jay-Z and Beyonce on this, and a lot of people guessed us. No, it was the guy nobody knew.
Interesting. That's so like a movie composer or?
Just very important.
Ah, interesting.
Something Webster or something like that.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Okay, then we have also the Kraken, which is probably one of the same. Organized by Koyak. It was good fun. So, for people over there. And there's like a weekly Koyak TV.
Yeah. That's actually really nice. I've tried it a few times now, and it's really fun. Yeah. And it kind of sucks having to work at 8:30 the next morning.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, but.
But like we have it 4 days a week, so. I mean, at least these lectures are recorded and immediately upload afterwards. But they're okay. But this was, if we still had like real life lectures.
Yeah.
It would have been even more thorough.
Yes. I'm still getting up for like everything at 8:30.
Yeah, so it's like that won't work actually. Because sometimes I'm lying in at like 7 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I have to like do the stand there, getting people talking constantly. From 7 to 10 in the morning, and then I'm like working hard.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Surprisingly enough, there's still people that don't know the legal shopping cart. Go to a grocery shopping.
Oh.
Most customers are relatively nice.
Yeah, but it's really interesting to see how differently Germany and the Netherlands handle the Corona situation. Because, for example,
You live in both right now.
Huh?
You live in both.
Yeah, because in Germany right now it's mandatory to wear a mask once you're on public transport or.
Public transport is now mandatory as well.
Yeah, right, yeah. But so it was like as soon as they introduced mandatory masks. So that also when you go shopping somewhere, you also have to wear a mask. And in Germany now that's like one of the biggest differences. Restaurants and stuff can already open most of our counties for like 1 month or so. So I think most were allowed to open since the beginning of May. So that's I feel like the only thing where the Germans are a little looser than the Dutch. But
Germany handled it pretty well.
Yeah, but I mean Germany, yeah.
Like cases dropped there really fast.
Yeah, I mean Germany really went for like the no bullshit approach, just like.
No bullshit, everything goes down.
Yeah.
In the Netherlands, it's more like okay, like they're talking about the intelligent lockdown. Like, okay, we're not putting we're putting responsibility in the people.
Yeah, we're hoping that people are decent. All right, that's the time. So.
And it does look about ready. So.
Yeah. Now talking about look.
It's going to become one full time.
Yeah, it's fine.
Just complete.
Just all of it. So again, in your case, one can of coconut milk. Yeah, and now if the sauce is too thin for your taste, add a little bit of flour. But still, like keep in mind that it simmers for I think like 10 more minutes. So yeah. So. But so if you already know that it's like far too liquid for your tastes right now. Also, right now, if you are running on like low to medium heat, you can increase it a bit because now obviously your dish overall is a lot colder because you added room temperature ingredients.
there's a lot more modules to read out as well. So.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact physics behind it because I'm not physicist.
Same.
But
yeah, I took physics class in high school and regretted it.
I actually really like it.
I mean, yeah, the topics were nice, but the teacher was like really
Alright, yeah, actually the teachers that as well.
Yeah, that's
like teachers, that's why it eventually became a legitimate decision to take biology classes because the first 4 years I had some amazing teachers.
Yeah.
And then the last 2 I did not.
That's too bad.
Biology really.
Can you think we need a little more flour to thicken it a bit more?
It's very thin. It's like it's almost water-like. So.
Yeah, then I'm gonna give you a little flour in a second.
Binding it a bit is probably pretty.
Yeah.
Maybe not necessary, but
yeah, you can also up the heat like to full power right now.
Almost full power.
Flour is over here. I've got them out. It's like we're burning shit, so.
This looks pretty small in effect anyway. I mean, it's right at the back. Right?
Yeah, I mean, it works, but.
Because nowadays also these really fancy things like next to the between the. And that should work wonders on developer and it's way too fancy.
Again, keep in mind I'm adding about 2 spoonfuls of flour because, well,
I mean, you can always add a little bit more later.
Yeah. This should be it for now. I'm just going to keep this out in case. Alright. Yeah, we still have everyone watching. Great.
Who's watching? Actually, I understand this.
Yeah. Okay, but it's, I think, also time to.
Yeah, that binds it together a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, these need 3 to 4 minutes, so.
I'm really anxious to go to R.
Should I take over?
Like I'm managing.
Yeah, okay.
Just a bit more careful.
Yeah. Then once this has finished adding the flour, I'm going to add the chickpeas. So in case you are satisfied with your sauce at this point, you can already add the chickpeas. This is interesting. Like the bio ones are a lot more. Like I noticed 10.
Yeah.
I'm just going to
rinse the curator that's in everything.
Probably. I'm just going to rinse them because the recipe says to do that. I don't know for what exactly.
Why not get that just like a microwave?
In the oven, because then it's nicer. But it takes like 5 minutes, so.
I could then do that like almost right at the end.
Yeah. Because it takes 15 minutes. Right. That's the first one.
Like with the chickpeas in it doesn't necessarily.
Yeah. Always like kind of ignored chickpeas so far, but they're like really versatile when cooking.
Chickpeas.
Mm. I mean that's also true for potatoes, but like.
That's why that's historically almost the only thing that people eat. That's why potatoes is literally almost all that food.
These sound interesting. Really got like a rhythm.
Wow.
Alright. And the other portion. Yeah, it was definitely a wise decision to use the wok.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, and at this point you just want to cover the pan you're using and let it simmer for about 15 minutes. So I'm going to give you another wok to cook on top.
Recklessly change the heating as well.
Yeah, heat to like moderate to low again, depending on where you get a simmer.
It shouldn't really cook, it should.
Yeah,
really
simmer. Yeah, that's definitely the correct term. We should have another wok somewhere.
Covered with another wok.
Yeah. I mean, that always works. Like, just use another pan with about the same amount. Yeah, if you don't have like a.
Like we do.
We're students, so like, you probably know what's gonna happen.
This is budget cooking.
Yeah.
I actually have some really fancy
Fancy. Fancy. Yeah, I had like my pan used to have an indicator that showed like when it was hot, so it turned from green to red, but it like stopped working, so now it's just like always red, which is really disappointing. Yeah, so now that it's
like
on for about
my spans are so great at that, it makes so much easier.
So now let it simmer for about 15 minutes. Yeah, so right now there's like literally nothing to do. So
We can make some
yeah, I was actually gonna say that we're gonna do. So we are gonna make some ginger tea. You can do too if you've got ginger left. So let's see, is that play? Yeah, this is. Why is this so German? Oh my god. Yeah, good point. Let's go for jazz. I actually got a better idea. Oh yeah, this song, like, everyone go watch Space Force on Netflix. It's hell of a good series. I binged it in like 2 days.
Oh, I heard mixed things about it. I heard really mixed things about Space Force.
I mean, you shouldn't see it as like a serious series. It's a comedy show. So yeah.
I'm not expecting the series show like the mega.
Yeah. Like, as long as you don't expect Space Force to be a series, you're good.
Well, you start in the 3D the ultimate.
Yeah.
Because it has to
200.
Yeah. We went perfectly out of sync.
I'm just gonna mix this up.
I actually feel sorry for pizza delivery people that have to deliver pizzas to all these complexes.
Yeah.
Try to find the address, try to find the correct address.
Yeah, but like, once you've been here a few times, you know where you have to go, so. What's gonna, yeah, ginger tea.
Or you also have the matcha.
Huh? Yeah.
Do not forget about your.
It's very good.
You do want to keep stirring it because otherwise it's going to burn you out of that.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely need a little more.
I'm actually cooking way too late back around. I did that outside. We eat very early. We want to be able to work.
Yeah, I can imagine.
This one day I literally ate at 4 because I had to start work at 5.
Yeah, our bars are actually pretty solid now. Nice. Okay, I mean, it's also been like 45 minutes now. And then I'm coming back in the frame. It's again like pretty much one bar behind. Pretty cool.
Yeah, 1 beat.
Okay, yeah, so it's like a whole beat.
Yeah.
Something, so.
Maybe it's actually too bad.
There was another message. I hate the existence of it. The series as well. I mean, like, yeah, we can definitely discuss the actual Space Force, but what do you hate about the series? Tell me more. I honestly enjoyed it because it was really nice comedy.
I mean, the existence of Space Force itself is.
Yeah.
Just another weird publicity stuff.
Yeah. Strong.
I really like the publicity stuff. The only quote he ever said that I actually believe like the quote where he said that he doesn't believe in anything, that he doesn't have any ideas.
Yeah.
So why not make that man the president of the United States?
I refuse to watch this. And as I said, the series is pretty good. So. Yeah, I'm just using a porch for the tea because I don't have an like proper tea can, so this is the next best thing. Hmm?
Just gonna say it on the low side because it's pretty. Yeah, I feel some bumps now at the bottom, so I think it's going on.
I'm just using this tea seed because it's gonna make it a little easier to get the ginger out at the end.
Have you actually started studying what any of the exams?
Nah. I mean, I'll start for robotics this weekend, but I mean, for frequent statistics, there's not really that much to learn, you know? The others are like too far away.
Yeah, the only exam I was scared of in the beginning was probability theory because I really learned everything again, and now it's just 19th of August. So
Yeah.
I can procrastinate even more.
That's the mood.
I mean, I feel not that much stress already.
Yeah. We've got like, what, 5 different projects, 4 different projects?
Yeah, we've got 4 different projects. And then some more deadlines.
Yeah, that's horrible.
We thought this was a good idea. Like, we thought this was a proper way.
Well, on the other hand, do you want to take your studies to take a year longer?
Well, we're just following the advice of just go for 3 seconds. Which is something I might do for brains because it's just so much to explain.
Yeah.
Even without them.
No, that was like a full-on bro move from Tim.
What? Yeah.
You'd be like, yeah, I know that it's hard, so just study less for the exam.
That was.
Yeah.
But every now and then, just our general year is like just bad boy over thing.
Yeah. But I mean, for good reason.
Yeah.
The also best thing was, I don't know if you realized that in the chat, but like you sent a tweet where you said in the end like teaching rocks, and now someone seriously like tagged you on Twitter and was like, what are you calling us rocks? That's like absolute madman.
Yeah. I think it's kind of bad if a lot like that.
Yeah. Because Tim said, bro.
Yeah. Probably work lessons, like go to rest of job and do stuff. If I want to get my PhD this year. So far, I'm 30 for 30.
You what?
So far, I'm 30 for 30.
Yeah, I mean, that's great.
Yeah.
I'm only
that doesn't help if you're not stressing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm actually only at 27 at the moment, so.
Only at 27?
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah, I'm just trying to like, dude, I can do like fucking color what else am I supposed to do?
I heard that story. Not a lot you can do about that.
Yeah. But I will.
Somebody is better than hit by a car. He's no listening.
Oh, yeah.
Only a few weeks in.
Yeah.
And this comes in psychology.
Yeah, but I mean, I had to drop a course. So it wasn't just that it was the exam, but I had to drop a course, and for that course, I was definitely the best because, well, it was like the most study intensive one. So, yeah, I'm gonna be adding the numbers in a little bit. Alright, the kitchen looks moderately clean again.
Well,
Yeah, you can't expect better from this kitchen.
I mean, it looks like
I'm just
I
gonna
tell you this far, it looks better than my kitchen. It's like you actually have an oven. Helps.
Yeah, oven's great.
You can make like stone for
Okay, we're gonna go to an answer. I saw a little bit about it, it's just way too much. Yeah, okay, that is true. Well, I mean, in what sense do you mean that it's not taking space serious at all? Because, I mean, they're obviously joking about it because it's a fucking comedy show, so. Also, we got supplied these like free Clorox wipes from SSHN to clean our kitchen regularly. Guess how often that happens?
not often enough.
Yeah, not regularly at least. But it was like insanely bad when I came back from Germany. Like they were literally just like empty plastic glasses lying around. Like we literally have a fucking bin over there for glass. Like at least you can like throw in there, but apparently some people can't. So
Like one of the first things my mom said when I learned how to do it, yeah, one end like it breaks out in like home class or something.
yeah, then you're just fucking done.
Yeah, like everybody that's not sick bolts one out of there.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like its own little ghost town. Possible not that much different.
Yeah, but it's also like I think the advice that if like someone in a house gets sick, that then all the other members shouldn't go out. I mean, it is obviously reasonable, but
Yeah, it's reasonable
like
advice.
in Hotel, like 50 people have to stay, and who's gonna get their groceries? You know?
Yeah. Somebody gets to go their groceries.
Yeah.
Also, people that live in the same house and live in the same house, I'm considered a house.
Huh?
So if people are like standing outside, like from distance from each other, like they would all get fined even though they live in the same house.
What?
Like indoors, it doesn't really matter because they don't check indoors.
Yeah.
But when you're in your backyard or in your front yard, they do. Like they did. I think they're not like they changed that. It's not considered a house yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, why wouldn't it be considered a household? If I feel like as soon as you're sharing like anything with your house, even if it's like just the kitchen or whatever, you should be considered a household. But can you make a little bit of this so I can? Wait, actually, a second. I just have to sprinkle some water on that first. Then I will.
Well, I can like move away from here like for.
Oh shit! I don't know. Damn, these are broken. I don't know what happened with them. Probably.
Cycling to rough.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I should have done 15 minutes. But hey, my tire was fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Couldn't have done well. I completely forgot about the story sack of shit my bike is when I wasn't here for like a few months. I wouldn't be surprised if when I get back down, like my rear tire is empty again.
What's your comment with this? What's that? These are done.
There's another opinion in my face.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look in a second.
Check your keeper man.
Yeah. We gotta get the sweet. We gotta get the sweet ad revenue.
All 477.
Yeah.
How much do you actually get? Like barely anything, right?
Actually, I heard it by one kind of small YouTuber who said he got like, I think like 4.4 pounds per. I don't know if it was 1,000 or 10,000 monthly views, but it's like definitely not a lot.
That's not or I would have to pay for or something.
Yeah. Yeah, because like the issue is there would be changes to like how like monetizability and shit works. It's just also like much more difficult to get monetized views. Because you can do like literally a teeny tiny thing wrong and then your video can't be monetized anymore. So but that also explains why a lot of people also take no sponsorship. So And I had like one streamer who also has a YouTube account. They recently talked in a stream, like how much money they're getting from companies to get sponsors, and it's like filthy much. I know it's still
big part of the revenue.
still the same as he said like 2 months ago. He hasn't answered that again. He's probably busy cooking like he should be. Yeah, I'm already gonna take the bars out so they're not like freezing cold. But like, this looks good.
That looks pretty good actually.
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect.
Alright, so yeah, now the other people should also have their food finished. And yeah, we are still gonna follow up, but then we are gonna say goodbye for today. I don't think you have a heightened interest in watching us eat. Yeah. So
we can show the fun with it. We're gonna have to show off the fun with it.
yes. We have to get that sweet insert shot. Yeah, this is the second shot. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna do the number. Yeah, it will say okay. Watch. Yeah.
We'll add the number in a second and show it. Can we get a finish look? Yeah, you're gonna get a finish look. Don't worry.
Yeah. Yeah. This smells good. Yeah. Just gonna take one for now. Yeah, yours still looks a little nicer.
What?
Yours still looks a little nicer than mine. I'm just gonna keep these in here, but keep the oven open.
So, finish look. This is roughly what your homemade muesli bar should look like. Like, what ours look like. We're going to use some bit different ingredients, but just gonna, so you have to cut it like in proper bars, but. And the final dish itself.
Yeah, that's gonna be tricky now. You can't
really look at it, but the chickpea curry with naan bread or rice, depending on what you prefer for like the side dish. You can tilt it a little bit more. So I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah,
It smells pretty good as well. Oh, right, running into.
Yeah, and at this point, perfect.
Okay.
I'm gonna take care of this and shut on the stream. All right. So
yeah, it looks really good. We're
thank you everyone for joining the stream. So yeah, it was a nice evening. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll enjoy your dinner.
Yeah.
Bye bye. All right, now. All right, 3, 2, 1. Goodbye.